OutcomesX is the first marketplace to buy and sell social outcomes.
OutcomesX, or the Outcomes Exchange, is a lot like the New York Stock Exchange. It connects buyers and sellers of a product. But in this case, we're connecting buyers and sellers of a product called impact.
We're bringing together buyers of social outcomes, so corporations and governments, with sellers of social outcomes, so nonprofits and social enterprises.
These outcomes could relate to housing, or education, or food security, or access to healthcare services.
So the sellers on the marketplace are those social enterprises that have a proven record of impact. The way we verify outcomes from either a nonprofit or a social enterprise is that they upload data to the Impact Genome Registry, and we assess the quality of that data. We look at the rigor of the evidence, the validity of the evidence, and the relevance of the data.
Buyers can rely on an independent third-party verifier for all outcome claims. This also benefits the nonprofit producers, because most nonprofit organizations can't afford independent evaluators and don't have expertise in measurement.
The world needs OutcomesX because it is so hard for any buyer of a social outcome to be able to judge who's delivering the best outcome at the best price.
We founded OutcomesX really based on two inefficiencies. The first is the frustrations of the buyers, who struggle to find the best, most effective organizations to fund. And two, we have a lot of spending and not much to show for it. The second frustration really relates to the nonprofits who are the sellers. We don't look at nonprofits as charities. We look at nonprofits as producers of a product called impact. And for them, there's no really easy way to access funding for the work that they're doing or way to sell their outcomes. OutcomesX solves the frustration of fundraising for nonprofits by making a much more efficient exchange where they can list their outcomes and find the buyers that are most interested in the work they're doing.
Typically, the largest, most well-funded nonprofits with the fancy fundraisers and the glossy brochures, they're the ones raising the most money. And for a small nonprofit working in a local community, they have no way to get access to the big foundations of the world.
Shockingly today, the cost for fundraising is $20 out of every $100 raised. Compare that to corporations, which pay $4 for every $100 raised, or governments, where it costs $2.67 for every $100 raised.
And oftentimes, it's these small community-based organizations that are delivering some of the best outcomes because they know the context in the communities in which they're working.
We could create twice the impact for half the cost, simply by making fundraising more efficient and allowing buyers and sellers of impact to connect more directly and quickly.
UBS Optimist Foundation came to us and said, we're interested in buying 2 outcomes for children in Ukraine. One is improved learning outcomes, and the second one is improved mental health. So we recruited nonprofits working on the ground in the local communities to upload their data to Impact Genome. And now we're going back to UBS Optimist Foundation with a recommendation of which organizations are best positioned to deliver the outcomes they care about. And these are local organizations working in the local language who understand their communities and their needs.
At the end of the day, this is a win for equity, it's a win for efficiency, and it's a win for social impact.
And OutcomesX will make that possible.